What's up, world? It is Wednesday, January 13th. The time is 6:12 with 33 seconds. What's up, brother? How we doing? How we living?
I'm loving it. And yeah, man, your little intro, I like that, man. You've been saying hello world for a while, randomly. Like, you don't want to start it?
Yeah, man. I'm just. That's a young one right there.
He's like, I am the world. I'm your world.
What's up, Zeke Jew? Resurrect.
Hey, what's up?
What up, Resurrect? Yeah, man. I think I've just picked it up here and there, just probably hearing people say it. Maybe I can't put my finger on where I've heard it, but I like saying like, "What's up, world? What's up, Earthlings?" So I think my way of saying like, "What's up, world?" is like saying like, "What's up to the trees? Okay. What's up to the clouds? What's up to the dirt, the soil?"
So you kind of like, you fall like in rhythm to like everything that's part of this earth.
Yeah, and when I say Earthlings, that'll be anyone living and breathing. You know, plants, animals, humans.
So you're just like, I'm just part of this world, right?
Just part of this world.
It's not my life. I'm just part of life. Because that's interesting. Like, I forgot who stated that, where the way certain things are worded, how it just changes your entire perspective on something, or not fully, but at least it jolts you, right? When instead of saying like, "Oh, this is my life," like, no,
Yeah,
you're just part of life, you know, and that just changes the whole thing. Like, it's like, whoa, yeah, you're right. It's like, it makes you take a breath and like, let me step away from myself for a little bit. I'm just part of it, you know. I got invited to the party, and I'm here in the party, but it'll end for me soon enough. But the party's gonna keep going.
absolutely.
You know, so speaking of like kind of that, you had shown me a little video earlier that you did like in IG Live, and it made me think about how I wanted to ask you something, so then I could have a better understanding of it, because I was thinking about influence and shedding influence, or how it makes us up and all that. So you've been rocking the Tupac bandana style, which, you know, it's you know, like, it comes with symbols, right? And it's kind of polarizing, right? Especially you not being black, you know, he's Mexican, fair skinned, but wearing it like that, aside from it being a very courageous thing to do, in the sense of like, because all of us worry so much about perception, or someone's going to react to this a certain way and things like that. So I mean it in that sense, you know, that you're courageous, like, hey, I want to rock it because there's some truth to this, and I feel confident within myself, or even if there's fears involved, you still go ahead and do it. But I'm already answering it for you, so that's what I'm correct. So why do you rock it?
Man,
in that fashion?
Why I rock it in this fashion is just experiences that I've gone through in life, where I've felt like internally, like I feel like everything is your own internal kingdom, your own domain. Like, if you're not comfortable within yourself, how are you able to make other people comfortable? Kind of a way. So my way of expressing myself, or try to cause unity, like be a catalyst towards unity and stuff of that nature. I really feel like wearing a bandana will kind of jolt people, kind of like what you said. Like, it'll be like a shock. Like, wait, hold up. This isn't your regular thing you regularly see. Kind of like if you see a stranger in the street, you kind of don't greet him. You look down and you pass them up, or they pass you up. But let's say for example yesterday, I was walking to my mailbox, and there was like a dude on the side just chilling, smoking a cigarette. And I just said, "Hey, what's up, man? How you doing? Hope you're doing great." And he just looked at me like weird and just said, "Oh, hey, what's up?" So things like that, man. So like, the reason why I wear the bandana is just to have a conversation, help people feel like, you know what? Why are you wearing that? And then from that conversation, that could probably help that person that's asking that question answer it themselves, because maybe it's something within themselves. Because I've questioned myself, like, do I want to wear this? And then me doing that, that's all the wrong reasons. That's not me pleasing myself. And like I said, everything starts within. If you're comfortable in your own skin, you're going to help others become more comfortable. And I want everyone to be that way. I want everyone to be confident in that. That's literally like the meat and the potatoes of why I wear this.
So you feel the way you wear it in the fashion that you wear, because prior to Tupac, ever since then, no one really wears it that way, right? That we know about. I'm sure the people were like that because of him. So your intention behind it all is reinforcing the idea of yourself of being confident and comfortable within your skin, but somehow other individuals, you're jolting with them because you're not used to that, and it's somehow like planting a seed of confidence within themselves. If they engage in conversation, how do you think most of them will take it if they don't engage in a conversation with you? Because that's a rare thing. Do they walk away feeling more like, what the fuck was that guy doing?
Yeah, absolutely. I think they would be like, who does he think he is? Who does he think he is?
Right.
But like, let's say later on down the road, you come across that person again. And be like, hey, I remember that one time you wore that. Why'd you wear that? Or something like that. So like, I remember people would tell me, hey man, like, why are you always so happy? It's like rainbows and unicorns with you. And like, people really thought like that was a gimmick.
I think they're just calling you gay.
Or maybe that. But I'm just like, nah man, this is just who I am. Like when I would go to, like with my coworker, we would go to like the gas station, right? Mm-hmm. And I would tell the cashier, hey, what's up man? Have a magnificent day, or have a sensational one. And and like my boy Oscar would like observe the cashier's reaction, and he would tell me, dude, you like shock everyone every time you like talk to him like that, because they're like not used to it. And like after you say that, I gotta tell them like he's really like this, man. He's just very upbeat, man. He's all about that.
Right.
So yeah, man.
And it's also like your job to have to explain yourself, but you're open to the conversation when someone asks you.
Absolutely, man.
So that kind of makes you think about the shedding of influences and how much is one influence. Like, so do you wearing it exactly the way Tupac wore it? Obviously, you know the what it all comes with. So do you think at a point or right now it's kind of like maybe like you'll switch it up in the way you wear it because it's so associated with just him? Or do you feel now that you've kind of like, it's part of you now and the way you wear it?
I feel, it's depending how I feel, honestly. Mm-hmm. Like sometimes I'll wear a beanie, you know, sometimes I'll wear a hat. But yeah, like you said, like this has been my thing for
a minute
for
now, right?
Probably like a year already, I think.
Yeah. Okay.
I think I wore this before Zeke was born.
Okay.
No, Zeke's already a year and 3 months, So yeah, I've been rocking this for a minute. But yeah, great question.
Yeah, but thanks for sharing some light on that with me, because me and you have never really talked about it. So I was just wondering after that it came out today when you were talking about that IG live. So I was like, okay, let me ask you that, you know?
Yeah, man, and well, back to the bandana. Like also, like I feel like fashion, man. Like just expressing yourself as an individual itself is the antidote to positivity, man. It's like if you artistically know who you are and you artistically express yourself how you artistically really want to, I think that's the best thing for this planet, because you know who you are and you're expressing yourself with what you wear. You don't got to use any violent type of words. You don't got to say this, say that. So I think there's like a really great positive when it comes to fashion, because that leads to confidence. And I just feel like just people that are jealous or people that are amargados, like I just feel like that's what's wrong with the world. Like
amargado, bitter, for ones that don't understand English, those that don't understand Spanish.
Yeah, it's like why be jealous? Why be that individual?
So in terms of expression, right, and expressing yourself and just expressing anyone in general. Well, yeah, man, like if you Like why do children that can't speak yet, that haven't learned that skill yet, why do they throw tantrums? And it's because that's the only way they can express themselves physically, right?
Yeah.
And I don't think that I'm not an expert on this, but from the things that I've read and then understanding this, it doesn't change as you get older. If you don't learn how to express yourself in other ways, be it verbally or articulate yourself well, or in arts, in a physical sport, then it's going to manifest itself some other way, and it's going to usually be with violence, or some way physically. So yeah, so I think I'm with you there, that I think people need to express themselves and be confident with themselves and all that, because if you don't express yourself, then somehow it's going to come out another way.
Somehow it's going to come out another way. And like you said, yeah. So why not express it with an article of clothing, man?
Right, but it's also like it's incremental, right? Like it's not like one day you jump from 0 to 100. You've always, since you were young, you started expressing yourself with clothes early on, right? Like you started like, okay, you wore the big hip hop style at that time, like it was
the 4X.
You've always been hip hop's always been heavy influence on you, right? So Pro Club, all that. How big were they? What the size of the shirts?
I was 120 pounds, 5'9", wearing
You're 5'9" already? Your freshman year, like sophomore year?
Nah, I was probably 5'8", 5'9".
Nah, but you're like 5'6" or something. Then you started getting.
Then I stopped, topped off at 5'9".
Yeah. But anyways, that's the point. The point is you were like 120 pounds.
And I would wear 4X tall T-shirts.
How far did the tall shirt go down?
So it would go up to my kneecaps.
Okay, so you wore that, and the sleeve would go down to where?
It would go down to probably like...
By your wrist? Kind of.
No. Not Soulja Boy level. But I was like midway my forearm.
So midway to your forearm. And then if you mostly wore pants or shorts?
I would wear Dickies.
Pants or shorts?
Shorts.
So shorts. And then where did they go down to?
I would probably rock those to like past my calf.
And how big were those? How wide were they? Like,
I would rock like the 38 waist.
38 waist. And you at that time were probably like a 22 waist or something.
Yeah, pretty much.
So then it would just be like kind of bunched up and just long.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, bro.
And then with some hip kicks. Right?
With some, I wore a lot of shell toes. I was like really big into shell toes.
Okay, shell toes, the Adidas. And then, but it wasn't only you, it was you and all your boys, right?
Yeah.
And also people that weren't your boys. That was a style then, right? Because we're talking about what music was playing at the time.
That was 2004 to 2007.
So who was big at that time?
A lot of
well, Kanye had just dropped, but
Kanye just dropped,
right?
Yeah,
but it was the opposite of that.
But it was the opposite of that stuff.
Who was all in that? It was all like the.
It was a lot of hip hop. So it was
Fabulous and all those other people.
Fabulous, Soulja Boy, Jaquan, Tipsy. That song. Who else?
But everyone was rocking that style, right? In hip hop.
In hip hop, so that was the movement.
That was a hip hop.
Them franchise boys,
okay.
Yup, in my white tee, yup, in my white tee.
And then you and all your boys dress like that, right?
We all dress like that.
Yeah.
All of us, like, we roll deep. I would say probably like 10 of us, 12 of us. Every day.
So then, that's what I'm saying about like the levels, right? It happens with increments. So you didn't just go to where rocking this bandana right now like that. It happened because your whole life you've kind of like been wearing things that weren't
against
that socially
the grain.
acceptable.
Yeah.
Even though it was a popular thing, so it was socially acceptable in terms of like the mainstream. But being a light-skinned, American Mexican, rocking out with your boys, that's not a very common thing, right?
It's not.
And then you moved from that to later on you got to the tie 80s and like hip
I draw more
MMA gear.
Yeah. Oh
like
yeah, the MMA gear.
Right. And you worked out, and then you started wearing out the tighter clothes, and which you still do now. So now it's just an evolution of that, but you've blended it now with like modern hip hop flair, right? You still rock how you rock, things you do, but things are tight fitting to your body, but you have the hip hop in that.
But I got the hip hop and the hip hop kicks.
That's the evolution. We should have a neural history of your style evolution.
Hey, we should do that. That'd be cool, man. So and yours too. When you're in high, you rock rockabilly. Rockabilly days, right?
Yeah, but that was just for a short span, man. That was just for a short span.
Was it? Who was the best rockabilly? So I like Fonzie or
No,
Lords
man,
of Flatbush, or what was that movie?
Yeah, I mean, I was just too traditional with it. Like the traditional with it was that I like the whole like, okay, I'm gonna roll up my jeans, I'm gonna roll up the sleeves on my shirt, super skinny, roll up the sleeves on my shirt. It's like then and then super pomade on the hair. So it was all like it was strictly like that, right? And there was other people but I realized I was putting myself in a cage. But what turned me off too about it was like all the there was like too much story stuff, but there was like other people that were part of like another group that hated us and we hated them, and they started beef with our brother Chris. Our older brother fought a few of them. There was always issues with that, and then started getting into trouble. But then I started realizing like I was like, man, I'm putting myself in a box. In that box, I was just kind of like, oh well, I can only wear this. Can't wear tennis shoes. Going from playing basketball all the time. And transitioning to this because I always loved 50s music, and I looked up to my older brother, and I wanted to be like him. And I noticed one time I remember we were like in school, and he's 2 years older than me, and I was a freshman, and that was when I was more like a jock. Like I wore like baggy clothes and shirts and gel in my hair, and I played basketball day and night, and hung out with the hip hop. Hung out with the guys, and we were always into rap, hip hop, Ice Cube, even though I listened to all my other stuff still, but. And I was like looking at girls. I'm like, man, these girls are high. They're seniors. Yeah. I was like, here. And then one time I saw our brother Chris, and he was working out a lot. He was on shape, and like he was slicked out rockabilly, but not exaggerated. Like he always just teamed the ball. Like, and I saw him with a big group of friends, like a mob of friends, just walking through. And they went right in front of the line to get like some pizza that you get, and they broke your own line. No one cared.
Wow!
And it was like super popular, right? And once I saw that, I was like, man, it just got ingrained in my brain. I was like, man,
that's gangster.
So little by little, he started inviting me, hanging out with his friends, drinking beers at 14, doing all that, and seeing how cool they were. But at that time, we're just trying to figure yourself out, and you see all these influences, and then all of a sudden, when I changed the style, then I started getting all this attention from girls. All this other stuff, but then started realizing that I was like, it was girls that just like rockabillys. But at the time, I was still dating other girls, but that's what
crazy,
I hated too. Like,
right?
it was just girls like, oh, because it's a rockabilly, and they're just learning too. But
that's crazy, right? Like you had
age like that because I only did like for like a year, 2 years, and then by the time I was like late sophomore, then I just kind of went to my style, which was mostly I always wore jeans. I always wore button downs, like with the collar, like button downs and roll up sleeve because I liked the way Luke Perry used to dress when I went to.
That's who I couldn't think of. Like that's the James Dean character I was thinking of.
Luke. Like that. It was like always just like that workmanship, like roll up shirt.
Did you do the cigarette pack?
Oh, and I wore the slow shirt.
What kind of cigarettes would you guys do?
Just dumb, man. I do like the Lucky Strike non-filter.
So no, but like, would it be like a certain pack that you would have to use to roll up the sleeve?
Just you could roll any pack up.
But that's crazy. Like you would roll up a pack of cigarettes.
You're trying to be so much like a 50s, and then
that's gangster.
So then when I phased out of that, I was just kind of always wearing like jeans and chucks, and a plain colored shirt, or button down long sleeve shirt, jeans, boots still, and that's where I kind of like kept the style like that,
That's tight, man. That's real cool.
But it's just funny shit, man. Like I thought about that for years, and there's people that still do it.
The rockabilly,
people that I used to talk to back in the day that years later I ran into a few times, they were still kind of doing it. I just always felt like it was like cool. Like first, like even to have that thought as that age, I remember at that age when I was doing it, where even then it felt restricting because it'd be like, no, that's how you gotta be, like this forever or something. I was like, at 15 thinking like 14, 15 thinking like that. Imagine that. How ridiculous is that idea?
That's a
and at
box.
that time you feel
God.
And I was like, oh man, no. So then I just kind of, because there was like, yo, you're a trader or you're a transformer. You switch styles.
Transformer?
That's what they used to tell people that are always into
so
styles.
Transformer was the
for people that switch
I've never
styles
heard
too
that.
much. There would be like would be a guy that was always into style, like, oh, being a rebel was in, so he was a rebel. Then being a raver was in, so he was a raver. Then being this, and then we just.
How would you dress as a rebel though?
A rebel was similar, except they were modernized, so they wore like jeans, but it'd be boot cut, and they kind of be flared out, kind of like the bottom, where like you cut the bottom of the stitching,
okay,
and that goes over the boot. Big buckles, like Harley Davidson buckles, even known as Harley Davidson, of course, and like baggier shirts, and like that. Like that was more.
So
like
that's kind of like what.
And they'd always go more like to clubs and stuff.
Like, what is it called? Gothic swag, kind of?
No, Gothic is just black. Like black.
But they wear they wear skinny jeans, right?
I guess. I don't know, man. Things have changed so much, man. So I think it's like each style has, I think, evolved depending on as time progresses.
Dude, that'd be interesting to just have, like, a conversation with like every different person with their own type of swag.
Yeah,
like why they rock that swag,
where they're at now, and how they remember what they used to rock back then. Imagine if someone would have been following people around with a camera at that time to see what my answer would have been at 14, 15.
Dude, I would love that.
Seeing it now, that's wild.
My boy Alfred will say this because I remember I told him, I was like, I'm always gonna wear 4X t-shirts.
Right.
And I remember he told me one time, he probably forgot, but I never forgot.
Right.
But he told me, he's like, I remember that one time you said. Yeah. And I was like, damn, he got me. He's right. I did say that.
That's good though, because
I dropped 6 shirts.
Because when you're a kid, man, you're like so like, oh no, this is the way.
So
this
ignorant.
Gonna be the way.
You think you know everything.
And not even necessarily you remember, you're just learning. You're just thinking about it. You're just
you don't know
learning,
anything in high school. It's crazy.
But at the same time, you think you do.
And
you think this could be you forever.
Yes.
But that's what within.
So crazy.
Think about. I always was very like, oh man, like I would go into like some catastrophic thinking. I'd be like, God, I'm stuck for life for this. What the fuck now?
Yeah, man.
So then it's like, then it didn't help. Then it didn't help that I started getting into trouble because I'd come home drunk or whatever, and then I was grounded for a long time. Couldn't hang out with certain friends, and I also felt I always wanted to be part of a group because you want to be part of a community, but it was only with that group that I wanted to be part of. But I think it was because it was always connected to our older brother. Because after that, I didn't follow crowds, but in that one I did. And then once that stopped, and they were all mostly kicked out of school, and other ones did something else, like I just had specific friends. I started getting more involved in the arts and the stuff I was into, reading, and poetry, and music, and then I just never followed the crowd. It was kind of like on my own or close, tight friends. But that was interesting because during that time, maybe because I learned so much from like, I didn't like who I was.
That's tight, man.
Led,
That's cool. You were having that reevaluation. You found enlightenment already. At what, 15, 16?
I don't know about enlightenment, but I felt like
you saw I
think more like 16, 15.
You saw your crossroads.
I saw like, man, and then heavily influenced by the films and shows that I watched at the time, and thinking who I thought was cool, who was that, and like it's cool to be. It's okay to be solitary, man. It's okay to be that. You still have your friends and all that, and and that's how it goes, man. But you were different. You were like the cool kid for us because you were the one that was like we referred to as the cool people that we knew at school because you had all your friends at our parents' house all the time because you were the baby. So you always had a big group of friends. You would always have get-togethers at their house. Our parents were probably worn down by then, so they accepted it. But with us, we couldn't even have people over. We could have a few people over here and there. That's it. So you always had friends, and to this day,
still,
that's fortunate. It's the same ones, man.
Yeah, man. Since first grade, a few. Danny since first grade, Alfred since third grade, Christian since fifth grade, and all my other boys, Julian, Mexican Miguel since third grade, I think. And
what's crazy, they used to call him Mexican Miguel in third grade too, huh?
Nah. And then Black Miguel, Steven, the Ontario Woodcrest crew, 2003, Julian.
Is this like 10, 8?
Yeah, dude. And I'm sorry if I missed anybody.
Yeah, but we're talking about like 10 people. We're talking about everyone from
all my boys
from our fantasy football league.
Well,
there's some added ones, Zach, that we even I think.
Zach, Jake.
So there's people that are
Ryan
in that group that are still your closest friends. That's wild, man. That's a beautiful thing.
And you too, man. You've known Johnny, and damn, bro, your boy's gonna leave, man. You've known him since what year? 1996?
No, 94. Freshman year. We're in a P class.
So fuck, 1994.
Yeah, so we were 14, man. So we're talking about what, 26 years?
2021.
26 years we've been friends.
27 maybe.
Because I was 14, and then I'm 41 now.
27.
Yeah, man. So.
Damn, bro, that's crazy.
Yeah, man. So it's wild, man. He's like, he's my brother. There's only a few people that I can call brothers, and then there's something to say about knowing someone when you were fully like naked and vulnerable. That when they know what you've been through and the styles that you did and the way you used to think and people you dated and if you were scared from someone or in a fight and there's something so it's unmatched. It really is just unmatched because no one can experience that unless you experience it with that person.
Mm-hmm.
And you just feel naked with them,
Yeah.
It's just a thing, man. It's like you're unguarded, and no matter who you are now and what shield you built up and what armor you've added and how much money you're making and how ugly you've become or whatever, like you're still that same person from back then,
Yeah, they still know your vulnerable moments.
Yeah, man.
That's crazy. That's wild. Same way, beautiful.
Right. And so, man, I know this could be kind of like a hard turn or whatever, but like I watched this movie yesterday, and I've been wanting to see like a western of this type, and it's called Meek's Cutoff.
Meats or Meeks?
Meek's
Cutoff.
And it's I don't know if you've seen it, but it's about the Oregon Trail. So we're talking about like in 1867 around that time, where, and the entire movie is not for most people because it's just a journey with no sharp plot turns, no twists or anything like that. So it's following like three caravans.
Wagons?
Yeah, wagons. There you go.
Like
three wagons, three separate families together with a guy that's leading them who's Meek. His name is Meek. And it's just that
Mickey Mouse,
right? Mickey Mouse. It should have been. It's like, hello, right? And it's just like this journey, and it's just not much happens, but everything happens. So it's like what this has to do with maybe it's just vulnerable. Maybe turn to that, but it's I think it's a magic movie because they actually still make films like this.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess the point of that was that. Maybe thinking about school and playing the Oregon Trail.
Hey, I remember that.
So maybe it's that.
In junior high.
Like, why did I? Because you're probably looking at me like,
what about?
Meek's
You're
Cutoff?
excited. You're excited for the Bills, bro. Congrats. This is the first playoff win in 16 years.
Longer, dude. No, it's just 95. 95 was the first the last playoff win.
The last time we won a Super Bowl. Shit.
So we're talking about 05. We're talking about.
I was 6 years old. 25 years ago.
25 years ago. Yeah. 25 years ago, man.
So
yeah, man, I'm excited, man.
You excited?
The last game was fun. You were over. That guy was drinking. Had a good time.
That was a good one.
They barely won because the Colts outplayed us. The Colts The Colts outplayed the Bills. And
dude, you're the only Bill
Josh
fan,
Allen.
bro. I don't care what anyone says.
It was Josh Allen who made all the difference.
Oh, that dude is amazing, man.
If you look at the stats, it's like freaking Phillip Rivers was balling. Phillip Rivers receivers dropped some easy passes also that benefit us, and then the defensive playing sometimes will come last second and strip out a ball for the Colts that was in the air, so they did some great plays. So defensively there was a lot of good stuff, but Josh Allen was a difference, man.
I love that play he made when he scrambled and then he jumped.
To the tight end.
He jumped. I remember Andrew Luck did that against the Chiefs. I think in the playoffs when they came back too.
Oh,
I literally thought about that when Josh Allen.
Dude, weren't they down by 14-0?
Were they? I think it was 14-0 and then they came back.
I remember because I missed that great playoff game because I was hanging out with my friend Rachel, an ex-English teacher of mine, and we went to the museum in LA, and we were having a drink at that famous part in Los Angeles where the early people that got in Los Angeles that built this city, Bunker Hill. There's this bunker. There's this little bar And I remember having like a stout beer and talking and I looked at the TV. And they're like, "Oh, the culture back in this amazing comeback." I was like, "Dang!"
You're like, "Man, this Moscato ain't hitting, huh?"
Right. And I also missed that other playoff game because you were such a big Cowboy fan. Where I went to go see the movie Gravity with this girl I met out in Pasadena. And I think that was the game that
we played the Seahawks.
High score. Unless I'm tripping. Was there a game where it was Tony Romo against Peyton Manning?
Oh yeah, we lost 51-48, bro.
That's what it was.
Oh man, well he threw an interception.
99. There was 99 points scored combined.
Dude, they blamed him. The media blamed him for the loss, and he had like 6 touchdowns.
51-48.
Yeah, bro. He threw a pick in that. Peyton Manning ran it in for a touchdown. I was like, this.
What?
Yeah.
Was this the playoffs?
It was the
regular season.
That'd be the Super Bowl. It was a regular season game.
Oh, you don't ever. Am I tripping? Okay, so you never
Broncos
play the
Cowboys.
NFC, you never play the NFC in a regular season randomly. It's always you stay within AFC.
No,
you play NFC sometimes, right?
No. Cowboys NFC, Broncos AFC.
Right. But I'm saying like
it wouldn't be the playoffs because they're different conferences.
Oh, I'm tripping. That's right.
Yeah, so they played each other in the season. You're probably thinking because he was with the Colts.
You can play the NFC, right? If it's organized.
Yeah, you played two conferences.
Gotcha.
There's South, North, East, West. You play North, South 1 year, and then the next year you play East, West.
And your division does too. You all play the same team.
So you just pick two. You take two divisions.
A regular season game was it Monday night or something?
No, it was a Sunday. I think it was Sunday 1 p.m. game.
Damn, they scored at the end.
Romo threw an interception at the end.
And
it was 51-48.
And how much shit did you break?
Dude, I couldn't. That's when, man, I couldn't. That's what I feel now, bro. It's like, why does the media say, "Oh, that person's not loyal. Don't like him. That person's not loyal."
What do you mean? Give me an example.
Like with LeBron James, like the whole LeBron James fiasco. Like people were actually saying, "Oh, he's not loyal. He's not loyal." Like you left that team. Don't you think that's like to me, from my experience, I felt like hearing that type of loyalty, this loyalty, that is like the same type of BS when it's like, oh, like the stuff Tupac talks about when he's like, oh, I had to leave the hood because if I stay in the hood, I'm gonna get robbed, but people would say I'm fake, but I can't stay here. So like I think it's like a fake fairy tale. So what I'm trying to say is like when it comes to so much emotion for one team, it's so negative, bro. Well, for me it was negative. I used it negatively, but now that I've like separated my emotion with a lot of sports, I've been very smart and tactical when it comes to what I think's gonna happen because I remove the emotion. It's just like observations of what I've learned.
Well, let's get a little background on this. Okay, so when you were fully immersed in your sport teams, right? You were in like the thing you had a passion for, and you were fully emotional in it. Paint me a picture of that so I could get like the difference. How were you at that time when if you look at it back then?
It would just make it would literally make or break my day.
Like give me an example.
Like I remember when Rasheed Wallace was in Game 7 of the NBA Finals with the Pistons. I'm good. Because I'm a huge Rasheed Wallace fan.
Yes.
And they lost to the Spurs in Game 7. And I remember I would record every single Rasheed Wallace game.
Did you guys go to Round Table?
Yeah, Round Table.
You guys were a Round Table.
Oh, yeah, as soon as we left Round Table.
You guys were Round Table with your friends, right?
I forgot what that. Yeah. So as soon as we left Round Table, I remember little newspaper stands where you would like put in.
Oh, yeah, you get the coin.
I remember I slammed all the newspaper stands, like 3 of them.
They weren't that much
They weren't cemented, no, for some reason. Yeah, dude. And then I remember I got home and I broke that VHS as soon as I got home. Threw it against the wall. Yeah.
So it was just, but how old are you though?
2005. Well, they won freshman year. He won a ring when I was a freshman.
Against the Lakers.
Yeah, and then I think junior year, I think I was 16.
So you're still fully young, right? So, but like you were still young. So what about most recently? You said when you're still more, so like let's just say like a Cowboys. So most recently, like a Cowboy game, were you still that intense?
I used to be.
Well, let's talk about that before, yeah. So before Zeke was born, so you were just more emotionally like. And why do you think that was? Because you gave me a good explanation that now you're different from that. Like you're able to. I won't put it in your words. Like how are you now? Better, so I can see.
Yeah, I just realized that. Kind of like in the movie A Bronx Tale when Sonny tells Colangelo, the Yankees don't pay your bills. So that, like, I felt like I had my Sonny.
That wasn't from his dad. That was Sonny, right?
That was Sonny. Like, it wasn't his
other
pops.
father figure.
Yeah, his other father figure. So, like, that kind of resonated with me one day because it's true. Because why am I putting so much fucking energy into something when I'm not getting something back? Yeah, I mean, it's cool as a hobby and it's cool as namaste, relaxing time, you know? But if it makes you reactive in a negative way, like, bro, why? That's toxic for your internal body. Like, I would react towards every play. First down, yeah. And then, man, come on. Like, throughout the whole game, bro. Like, that, I think that takes a toll on your body. So it took a toll on my body.
Yeah, well, I think it's not good. But you became rational about it? But
yeah, man.
When? It came when, though? After having your son?
No, it came after having my son, it came rational. Like, you can't be like this, bro, at all. But, like, it came, like, when the Cowboys lost to the Packers when Matt Flynn played on Christmas. I don't know if it was Christmas. But I remember we lost when Aaron Rodgers...
A few years ago?
I remember I drove, and I was like, Rob, we need to bounce now. I'm pissed. Or whatever. We left my brother's house in Arcadia.
Oh, I remember that. Yes.
That. Like, I had nervous break. I had an anxiety attack.
Okay.
Because of that shit. So, because I put so much energy into it, and I was so mad at the outcome because I literally put so much energy into it. Like, my whole energy, like, we're going to win this game. There's no way we could lose. Like, for real. And, like, I literally hoped so much.
Right.
And for it to not come fruition, I was like, what?
Especially something you can't control.
And I can't control it, and it's, like, the dumbest thing ever. And, like, me going, like, I went to the other end, bro. And I was like, I never want to even swim that way no more.
So do you think people...
It's a distraction.
That correlates with the way people are with politics? And the people they represent, because they can't control. The other thing we control, like you, now you control the way your perspective is on it and how much emotion you're going to put on it, and to realize it's fucking trivial, right? Sports are trivial. Like, I love sports, they're great, but I did after Michael Jordan retired and all that. Like, there's still emotion that I get with certain teams because it's just they just pick us. I mean, I'm following the Bills when I was a kid. They chose me and Barcelona to get emotion involved, but I'm too rational about it, like, to get involved because it comes down to, like, thinking about the Bronx Tale. It's like, you think if your dad loses your job, make your man pay your bills?
He don't
give a fuck.
He don't give a fuck.
He don't give a shit. And
Yeah,
I was getting, like, too rational with them. I'm like, they don't care. They don't even know I exist. Is it cool for a moment of joy, but does it really change anything? It doesn't. When you're the Dodgers won. First time they win in since '88, man. I didn't miss a single game this year because, the Dodgers got back in DirecTV, so it was great. I watched every game. The pandemic, we're at home, all this other stuff, so I wasn't going out really. Well, you can't, and watched every single game. Didn't miss one, playoffs and everything. It was cool, and I enjoyed it, and it was great. But that was it. You know what I mean? And that's a healthy way. Is it because they lose, they lose.
They lose.
But it's like, it's trivial. But politics are not trivial. But how much we can control politics is true. Like, we can't really control it. So all these, like, Trump fanatics and Biden I don't even know if that's fanatics, but I guess Trump hater fanatics and Trump fanatics. Man, people
that's
like
crazy.
It's like that's what you see in sports arenas. Like, this thing, I wonder if it just gets incited more because it's we understand that we're hopeless because we can't control it.
Yeah, I can't.
And we're just hanging on this balance. So
I'm just sticking to, like, what I believe in life. It's like, you believe what you believe, I believe what I believe.
That's good, man. So then now when you watch a certain game, do you sometimes feel like it's creeping in and you shut it right away? You recognize it and you're like, oh, okay, no. Because it's gotta creep in sometimes, especially if we're doing it for such a long period, a certain way.
Man, if they ever get to the playoffs, we're gonna find out. But it's just like I've taken a step back. Like I've seen myself how I've reacted, and I accepted the mistakes I've made of like how I would talk to people or how I would act in a public place. Things like that is embarrassing, and I don't want to ever go through that or have anyone else go through that. So me speaking about it, I think will probably help like anyone who probably feels like I have to act like I'm the biggest fan. You don't have to act like the biggest fan, because I used to feel like I need to cheer harder than people. I need to rock shit. I need to rock more jerseys. I need to clap for every play because I'm a bigger fan than you.
Because you understand every detail of the game as opposed to the highlights. You have to show that, right?
You have to show that, and then that's what I would do, bro. That's not healthy. It wasn't healthy for me. And no, I see a lot of people. I see a lot of people do that, and then I don't think people know they're doing that.
Really?
Yeah, bro.
That's why.
I didn't know I was doing that.
That's why.
I didn't know. I didn't know I was doing that.
Yeah, even though we would tell you or something like after a game.
No, that was my shit.
So then, this recent one where they lost, you took that extremely well, right?
That was great.
So you were just like,
even though
it sucked, and you're like, it sucks. Or
no, but like even though like the refs, like no victim mentality shit. I'm done with victim mentality. But like
you're blaming the zebras.
No, but there was a moment. There was a moment where it was like a bad call.
Okay.
And I was just like, I didn't even talk about it. Like I didn't even blame the refs. But like I knew what happened.
Sorry, man, I have to take this. Sorry, man, I didn't mean to cut you off. I need to take that phone call, but you're in the middle of something extremely important because I was here to witness it. And this game had playoff implications, right?
Yeah.
So now that I cut you off, but let's put back like. So you said you knew you bookmarked and you had like a referee messed up that had strong effect on the game.
Huge.
And then how did you?
I knew what happened, but that's the same story every year, like with refs for us. So it's just like, you know what? I don't want to do the same narrative. You know what? Like I'm not even gonna say anything. You know what? The reason why we lost is because the other team scored more points. That's the only reason we lost.
And also another thing that's even more, like has even more layers to it, is the fact that you now for some time have been really focused on positivity and shedding judgment and understanding your perspectives and understanding other people's perspectives. And then you've always been physically fit and engaging in that in your shell, right? In your body, internally, mentally, and everything. And in terms of mentally being positive and all that, and preaching things, did you feel that, man, I ain't doing something stupid because it contradicts the way I want to live my life and my philosophy of life?
Yeah, man, because I remember telling my girl, I was like, football is my like relaxing day. And I remember her saying, is it really? And then I just remember her saying, is it really just laying in my brain? I'm like, is it really relaxing? And I was like, you know what? Not for the most part. You know, not for the most part.
Because you'd be tense, right? Like
you'll be tense. Why be tense? Just enjoy the game, dude. Yeah. And like, I don't like roller coasters, but enjoy the ride. Just enjoy the ride. That's it. It happens, bro. You won. Congrats, dude. It's a lottery in football, dude.
Yeah,
football's a lottery, dude. You know what I got in case of emergency? I got 5 rings. I can just say we got 5 rings, bro.
I mean, if it makes you feel better.
If it makes me feel better, that's it.
How to rationalize it, but yeah, man, I think that's a very strong growth, man. Because how many 40-year-olds, 50-year-olds do we see at sports bars that are still like
I don't know.
You know, and it's like, man, it's a sad thing, you know, like
I don't want Z carried out of a bar. I don't want Z getting in a fight because of a game.
Because how many fights do you think you escaped? You know,
a bunch probably,
and
bro.
That could have led to like jail and
a lot of dumb
fines
things
and all kinds of shit.
And that's what, bro.
And then arguing, like we'd argue with siblings,
and I mean, loved ones,
it's gotta be loved,
friends.
But when you mix all that additional emotion, you feel like it's if someone says something about the team you root for, because in one part I think it is silly to say, oh, oh, we were doing good, but I just did it not too long ago. But the way I could rationalize it is like, well, they take my time and they take my money.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But at the same time, I still have to be like, well, it's not me doing anything out there. They're doing good. So I get when people say we. Because emotionally they're invested and all that, right?
No, you gotta say
so
we.
it's totally fine. And it makes it easier and you associate yourself with it because you defend them. But that's why I think it's a beautiful thing that you've been able to do that transition. To be like, nah, man, that shit's silly.
I'm
silly to get that far.
They made me cry so much, bro. It's not even worth it, dog.
Well, I think with that, man, I think it's good. You want to wrap it up?
No, yeah, definitely, man.
Well, this weekend, man, hopefully the Bills win. If not,
Lamar train
we'll see if
coming.
I can practice what you practice.
I'm rooting for the Bills, man. So, but thank you guys.
Lamar train's gonna derail, man.
Lamar train gonna derail.
Love you, bro.
Thanks, y'all. Love you too, bro. Undeniable perception. We out. Thank you.